It's popping, y'all. It is Empress Jade, the Healing Oracle, and I'm back at you for another day and another message. I hope that you woke up feeling wonderful, blessed, amazing like you are. I hope that you had a good evening, excuse me, a good Saturday, and excuse me, y'all, a good start to your Sunday, okay? I hope that you're feeling everything that you need to feel. Okay? Thank you for like, sharing, subscribing, comment, and coming through, viewing my joint. I really appreciate you. Okay? So, the message that I have for you today, okay? There's probably somebody out here experiencing this situation. If it's for you, take it, take the advice, allow it to help you, open your intuition up, and you'll know if this is for you or not. If it's not, leave it here for somebody else, okay? So, it could be situations in your life where right now, because you're ascending, right, you've allowed yourself to be stripped of anyone that really is not meant to be in your life. And at the same time, you've just been stripped of everyone. Whether they were meant or not meant, like higher power, spirit, God, whatever you call your, higher beings, strip people from your life, right? So that you could get down to the bare minimum, so you could start to rebuild yourself into, so the spirit in you can build you into the being that you need to be for the world. Okay. Now, as this is happening, you've, shed a lot of things and allowed yourself to be in that hibernation, hermit mode, type isolation. But as you're emerging now, because we're in the rebirth, right? It's like that time where you feel the need, you feel all of the things that you carry in your life on your shoulders. And then it's not in the way that it ever was before. Before, you probably felt things as a burden, okay? And now you're out of that status of thinking of yourself like a victim or looking at your life as something horrible and more as a blessing, right? And everything as it has to happen this way so that I can elevate to this level. So with that being said, it does come to a point where you do feel like an inner loneliness at times, because you give so much of yourself very effortlessly and very purely. You understand what I'm saying? Not wanting nothing back in return. But the giver needs to be given to as well. The giver's cup needs to be refilled also. Because when it gets depleted, it feels like there is nothing left. Because if you're a giver, you're giving everything of yourself. You're manipulating things around you to give you the energy that you need to feed others. But it comes to a point where even the giver needs to be given energy. The giver, the healer, the one who's always helping, also needs help sometimes and will not say anything until it comes to a point where it's like an overflow of emotion. You can no longer hold it in. It's just like, and as you're ascending, it's no longer the thoughts of why me, or my life is so hard, or I hate my life. It's more or less like, you have to release how you feel. You have to validate those feelings. But in that moment, okay, I want you to understand that this is where your specific beauty comes in. This is where your specific strength comes from. These type of situations where you are literally alone in certain situations that feel so very heavy. You have so many lives in your hands, so many things on your shoulders. And instead of feeling as a victim, you work on yourself to be able to hold it all, be able to handle it all. Make sure your unit is tight and right and your foundation is strong. Okay, so know that in those moments where you really feel like inside, like, damn, I really wish I had somebody to listen to me. I really wish I had a shoulder like the shoulder that I'm always giving to others, right? Sometimes it's don't be no monetary shit, don't even be no sexual shit. You just need somebody to listen. You just want somebody that wants to listen. You want somebody who want to hear you. You want somebody who want to give you a hug without you saying or asking for it, like you do so effortlessly and lovingly, okay? In those very moments where your soul really, really feels like, damn, I wish I had this, that, the third, right? And you know that it's not there. And instead of stooping into a stupor, getting into a depression, getting into a place where you start to feel bad about your life or bad about your position that you play in this lifetime, and you deal with it. You take it in and you do your best to not allow anyone that's in your life to feel like it's their fault that you feel stressed or it's their fault that you're going through this. You do your best to work on how you're feeling, releasing it, validating your feelings, and making yourself feel better so you can continue to be the light for other people. Continue to refill yourself, okay? That's where your special strength comes in at. That's why you're seeing it with a different type of innocence and a different type of purity. Because when there's nothing else around for you, right? Nothing to hang on to, you hang on to yourself and you hang on to spirit. And you hang on to the knowing that it's going to get better. And the knowing that just because you may not have a lot of people pouring into your cup and giving you love, spirit pours into your cup and spirit loves you. And spirit will never let you fall. You will always be protected, even when you feel like you're not. Even when you feel like you have the entire world in your hands. And if you fumble a little bit, everything will fall and break. Know that you will not fumble. Know that spirit will never let you go. You will have those moments where you feel like everything is all on you. And if you make the wrong decision, or even if you need some special time to yourself and you can't get it, you know, you need a little minute to yourself, a mama moment, a daddy moment, you know what I'm saying, a personal moment, and you really can't get that, right? And just holding on to the fact that, like, maybe one day I will have that time. Let me still continue to be who I am and do my best even when I'm feeling depleted. You know, do my best to, like, make sure things are right in here so that I can sleep, so I can refill my own cup, okay? Because at the end of the day, that's where you're going to get that special strength that you hold that nobody else has like you. We all have it, our own, but not everybody works that way and walks that way. Like, some people, when they come to a point where it's like resistance in their life or it feels like overwhelming, they fall apart, or they don't put their best foot forward and still do their best to be their best. They'll fall apart, like, and they'll always be looking for somebody else to save them. And you are not that way. You're a chosen one. You're chosen for this assignment, and this assignment is a rough one. But just know that you're protected and you're supported. And just know that, like, yeah, it may feel a little rough right now, but there will be smoother waters later, okay? Just take your deep breaths. Do what you do to make yourself feel better. Smoke on your buzz, sip on your yak, like, whatever you do when the moment becomes overwhelming. Whatever you do, I know I would like you to not lose hope and not get down on yourself. Don't put yourself in any negative thought patterns that's going to push you to any way feel like you used to feel, or put you in a position where you no longer are loving this life. You're no longer loving this journey, because there are going to be rough moments, but you have to embrace that. And in that moment when you're embracing that toughness, that loneliness, you know, that needing to have some fucking body like that understands and loves you, hold on to that. Hold on to the hope and the knowing, right, that you will have it, and you have it in the spiritual realm, and you have it with yourself. And just stay strong within yourself. Cry if you need to. Sit alone if you need to. Do whatever you need to do to make yourself feel better. But know that you are protected, okay? And everybody's life is connected to somebody else's. And when you do good, somebody else does good. When you hold in those things and you work on things, like, within yourself, and know what at this point you can no longer, like, change, and you just really deal with your life the way that it is, and you just handle it all, you know, in moderation, and give yourself self-care, because that's number one, especially in the moments when you feel alone. Give yourself a little extra time. Give yourself a little extra, do something extra for yourself to make you feel good, something you don't normally get to do. Try to do something a little bit special that only matters just to you. But that's in the moments where you being close to yourself is very important, because trying to change different things in our lives and give our children a better life, give ourselves a better life, having to shed a lot of things that we were used to having when we were in times of need or needing somebody. We always had somebody, even if there wasn't the right somebody. That will leave you in a point where you do feel lonely at some times. Like, there's times where you really feel unsupported, but just know that you're not. Like, you got yourself, and the more you tell yourself that in those moments, just know that it's going to be okay. It's going to get better, and you're going to be stronger for those moments. You are going to have a better understanding of yourself and a better understanding of your strength, okay? Because in those moments when you're alone, that's when you have to rely on yourself more, and you become way closer to yourself, and you know what you need to obsess about, and you know what you just have to deal with, because that's just life. That's your life, and that's just what it's about. And you know that God, Allah, spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, your orishas, your spirit, passed on loved ones, got you, hands down. Okay, they protecting you, man. Like, they not gonna put nothing on you that you cannot ace. You know what I'm saying? Ace the test. You got this. Gonna be okay. Even if you feeling like in that moment you not, and you want to give it all up, you can think that for that moment, but don't give up. Okay, there are beautiful expressions of love coming your way. It's just not here and in the very moment, but you need to feel that love that you have for yourself, and what spirit has for you, and what the support that you do have, that love that they give you. That gotta be enough. Okay, it's more than enough. Be grateful for what you do have. It's okay for what you don't. All right? So, I hope that you like my message. I hope that you feel like you need to feel, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I am Empress J, the Healing Oracle. And continue to love yourself. Okay? Like, stay strong. This too shall pass. It's going to be okay. We're going to be moving into calmer waters before you know it. All right? So I love y'all, and have a great rest of your day. Later.